Discipline is not what you think it is. It is not about forcing yourself through pain. It is not about punishing weakness. It is not about cold routines or emotionless days. True discipline is mastery. It is alignment between your thoughts, your words, and your actions. It is the quiet force that builds empires in silence, sharpens the mind like a blade, and brings power to the body. You have seen motivation, you have seen habits, you have seen effort, but you have never seen discipline like this. Because the kind of discipline that transforms lives does not come from pressure, it comes from purpose, and when purpose becomes clear, excuses disappear. Discipline begins when you stop negotiating with your feelings, when the body says rest, but the spirit says rise, you rise. It begins when you understand that motivation is temporary, but commitment is eternal. You don't train because you feel like it, you train because you said rise, but you would. You don't meditate because it's easy. You meditate because silence is your teacher. You don't repeat your principles for the world to hear. You live them when no one is watching. Every act of discipline is a message. I am not a servant of my impulses. I am the master of my path. And this path is not for everyone, because most will fold under pressure. Most will chase comfort. Most will quit when it becomes inconvenient. But those who walk this path of discipline will fulfill. Emotional intelligence plays a critical role in effective leadership, as it encompasses the ability to recognize, understand, and manage one's own emotions while also being able to empathize with and influence the emotions of others. Leaders who possess high emotional intelligence are better equipped to handle the interpersonal aspects of their roles, which are often more challenging than technical or strategic tasks. They are able to build stronger relationships with team members, foster a more inclusive and collaborative work environment, and navigate the complexities of human behavior with greater ease. Emotional intelligence allows leaders to remain calm and composed under pressure, make thoughtful decisions, and respond to challenges with resilience rather than react impulsively. This self-regulation contributes to greater stability and consistency in leadership, which in turn builds trust among team members. Furthermore, emotional intelligent leaders are attuned to a more inclusive and collaborative work environment, and navigate the complexities of human behavior with greater ease. Emotional intelligence allows leaders to remain calm and composed under pressure, make thoughtful decisions, and respond to challenges with resilience rather than react impulsively. This self-regulation contributes to greater stability and consistency in leadership, which in turn builds trust among team members. Furthermore, emotional intelligent leaders are attuned to in fast-paced and often high-stress professional environments, emotional intelligence becomes not just a desirable trait but an essential capability that directly impacts team cohesion, employee satisfaction, and overall organizational effectiveness. Effective communication is an essential component of successful leadership, as it enables leaders to convey their vision, goals, expectations, and feedback clearly and confidently to their teams. Leaders who are skilled communicators can articulate and confidently to their teams. Leaders who are skilled communicators can articulate ideas in a way that inspires, informs, and engages, ensuring that everyone is aligned and motivated toward achieving common objectives. It is not only about speaking or writing well, but also about listening actively, interpreting nonverbal cues, and adapting messages based on the audience and context. A leader who listens intently and responds thoughtfully creates an atmosphere of mutual respect and understanding, which strengthens team relationships and builds a culture of openness and trust. Clear communication helps reduce confusion and misunderstandings that can lead to mistakes, delays, or conflicts. Leaders must also be adept at navigating difficult conversations, whether delivering constructive criticism, addressing conflict, or communicating during times of change or uncertainty. In such moments, the ability to remain composed and empathetic while still being honest and assertive is crucial. Moreover, effective communication involves consistency and transparency, particularly when making decisions that impact the team or organization. When team members feel informed and heard, they are more likely to feel valued and engaged in their roles. Leaders who communicate regularly and meaningfully foster a sense of connection and belonging within their teams, which contributes to higher morale, stronger collaboration, and improved performance. In today's diverse and often remote work environments, the ability to communicate across various platforms and cultural contexts adds another layer of complexity that strong leaders must navigate skillfully. Adaptability is a vital trait for leaders in today's rapidly changing and unpredictable world. With constant advancements in technology, shifts in market demands, and evolving workforce dynamics, leaders must be prepared to adjust their strategies, approaches, and mindsets to stay effective and relevant. Adaptable leaders are not rigid in their thinking. Instead, they are open to new ideas, willing to experiment with innovative solutions, and able to pivot quickly when faced with unexpected challenges. This flexibility allows them to lead teams through uncertainty with confidence and composure, creating a sense of stability even in volatile situations. Moreover, adaptability is closely linked to a growth mindset, where leaders view setbacks not as failures but as opportunities to learn and improve. Leaders who embrace change are more likely to encourage creativity and innovations within their teams, fostering an environment where experimentation is supported and employees feel safe to take risks. In doing so, they empower others to challenge the status quo and contribute to continuous improvement. Additionally, adaptable leaders can better understand and respond to the diverse needs of their teams, recognizing that different individuals may require different forms of support, motivation, and communication. They can tailor their leadership style to suit various contexts. Whether managing cross-functional teams, leading through crisis, or driving transformation initiatives, the ability to remain agile and resilient amidst disruption also sets a powerful example for others, demonstrating that success often depends on one's ability to evolve with the changing landscape rather than resist it. Decision-making is a central pillar of effective leadership, encompassing the ability to assess complex situations, weigh potential outcomes, and choose a course of actions that aligns with organizational goals. Strong leaders are consistently called upon to make decisions that affect not only their teams, but also the broader direction and success of the organization. This requires a combination of critical thinking, analytical reasoning, intuition, and practical judgment. Effective decision makers gather relevant information from multiple sources, consult stakeholders when necessary, and consider both short-term and long-term implications. They are able to recognize patterns, anticipate obstacles, and identify opportunities, which allows them to make informed and timely choices even under pressure. Decisiveness is also key. Leaders must be confident in their judgments and willing to take responsibility for the consequences. However, good decision-making also involves humility and the capacity to re-evaluate choices when new information emerges or circumstances change. Leaders who can admit mistakes and pivot when needed demonstrate integrity and foster a culture of continuous learning. Moreover, transparent decision-making processes build trust within teams, as employees are more likely to support decisions when they understand the rationale behind them. Leaders must also be aware of cognitive biases that can cloud judgment, such as confirmation bias or overconfidence, and actively work to mitigate them. By encouraging input from diverse perspectives, they can make more balanced and inclusive decisions. Ultimately, the quality of a leader's decisions has a direct impact on organizational effectiveness, employee engagement, and overall performance. Trust is a foundational element of any successful leadership dynamic, shaping how teams function, communicate, and collaborate. A leader's ability to build and maintain trust directly influences the overall morale, engagement, and productivity of the group. Trust is not something that can be demanded. It must be earned over time through consistent actions, transparency, and integrity. Leaders who are honest, reliable, and fair in their decisions create an environment where team members feel psychologically safe. This safety allows individuals to express their ideas, voice concerns, admit mistakes, and take risks without fear of judgment or retaliation. When team members trust their leader, they are more likely to commit fully to their roles, support organizational objectives, and demonstrate loyalty even in difficult situations. Trust also strengthens interpersonal relationships within the team, reducing conflicts and fostering a culture of mutual respect and cooperation. Effective leaders build trust by following through on promises, admitting when they are wrong, and treating everyone with equal respect and dignity. They avoid favoritism, practice active listening, and value the input of all team members regardless of their position or background. Trust is also reinforced through transparency. When leaders clearly communicate goals, decisions, and the reasoning behind actions, they signal that they respect their team's intelligence and involvement. In times of change or uncertainty, trust becomes even more critical, as it helps teams stay united and resilient. Leaders who have established a foundation of trust are better equipped to guide their teams through transitions, challenges, and growth. A clear vision and strategic thinking are essential qualities that distinguish effective leaders from those who merely manage day-to-day operations. Vision provides a sense of direction and purpose, allowing leaders to inspire their teams toward long-term goals that extend beyond immediate tasks or challenges. A leader with vision sees the bigger picture and is able to articulate a compelling future that motivates others to contribute their best efforts. This forward-thinking approach helps organizations stay focused and aligned, especially during times of change or uncertainty. Strategic thinking, on the other hand, involves analyzing internal and external factors, identifying patterns and trends, and making informed decisions that position the organization for sustained success. Leaders who are strategic are not only reactive to current circumstances, but proactive in anticipating future opportunities and threats. They allocate resources wisely, prioritize initiatives based on long-term impact, and adapt plans as conditions evolve. Such leaders encourage innovation and support calculated risk-taking. Understanding that progress often requires stepping outside of comfort zones, they foster a culture where team members are encouraged to think critically, challenge assumptions, and contribute to the development of strategies. A strong vision combined with strategic thinking also helps in building credibility and rallying support from stakeholders at all levels. It shows that the leader is not only aware of where the organization stands, but also has a roadmap for where it needs to go. This sense of clarity and preparedness boosts confidence and promotes unity among teams working toward shared objectives.